Hey, it's Marin, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the new moon either taking place on July 31st or August 1st, depending on where you are in the world. It's a new moon in Leo, and here where I am, it will be on July 31st at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time. So, kind of awesome for New York, 11:11. Anyway, for this lunation, the sun and the moon will be in Leo conjunct Venus. And with the sun being in its own sign, because the sun rules Leo, this is a more lighthearted, creative new moon. There's been a lot of eclipse energy, a lot of heavier, more intense eclipses and lunations that have asked of us to make major changes and major growth. And this one's a bit more lighthearted. With the sun in its own sign, this is about proud new beginnings of creative starts wherever this is happening in our own charts. And there's an ease and a creativity because the sun and the moon in Leo are conjunct Venus, which adds a lot of harmonious, creative energy to this lunation. These Leo planets will be square Uranus and Taurus, which adds a surprise or unpredictable factor. A square is a conversation of constant nagging tension of two opponents that are ramming up against one another. So there's an impatience to whatever we're starting, and there might be a tendency towards a shock value. Resist any rebellious tendencies here and instead be present for creative, impulsive downloads, not necessarily impulsive action, if that makes sense. Be flexible to receive on the cuff, but don't be that person acting out of reactivity. With these planets in Leo, there's a big trine to Jupiter, which is an amazing conversation and aspect of supreme harmony, leading us to see the benevolence and lightheartedness in what we're beginning and not take things super seriously, super heavy after some pretty heavy, sobering summer eclipse energy. It's a nice, breathable new beginning here. Mercury will still be in Cancer though, on the North Node, opposing Saturn and Pluto, particularly Pluto and Saturn and the South Node. So we're not completely free of this more intense pressure cooker grinder energy here. With Mercury and Cancer on the North Node, there's a tendency to speak out of emotional reactivity against what seems to be manipulative censorship or higher authority rather than from a place of centered confidence. Make sure that when you're acting and what the projects that you're pursuing and the new pursuits you're beginning aren't coming from a place of I need to rebel against this group and then gain acknowledgement or authority out of being the right one or being the person speaking out against this authoritative energy that's going against people. Make sure that you're acting from actually a place of caring about what you're pursuing and a place of grounded creativity, not a sense of pride or a sense of wanting to gain a reaction because of what seems to be the right thing. So even with that Mercury on the North Node, this is a more lighthearted, warm lunation than what we've experienced in the past several months. So think of what creative energy you want to spark and ignite in whatever house this is happening for you in. Conserve that energy and put it towards that project instead of reacting to others about what you're doing. It's kind of the time to have fun with yourself. Don't be responding to the hate or any type of leeching energy off of what you're doing. Stay focused, stay present, and stay grounded. So moving on now to where this will be hitting each of us depending on our rising signs. Starting with Aries rising, this will be in your 5th house of creativity, children, and romance. If you are a Taurus rising, this will be in your 4th house of home and family. If you are a Gemini rising, this will be in your 3rd house of communication, siblings, and short-term travel. If you are a Cancer rising, this will be in your 2nd house of finances and income. If you are a Leo rising, this will be happening in your 1st house, new beginning in terms of self or physical body. If you are a Virgo rising, this will be in your 12th house of introspection, exile, hidden matters, psychology. If you are a Libra rising, this will be happening in your 11th house of networking, friends, and groups. If you are a Scorpio rising, this will be in your 10th house of career and public image. If you are a Sagittarius rising, this will be in your 9th house of long-distance travel, higher education, and religion or philosophy. If you are a Capricorn rising, this will be in your 8th house of shared finances or joint income. If you are an Aquarius rising, this will be in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. And if you are a Pisces rising, this will be in your 6th house of health, taking care of yourself, daily routine, and coworkers. So let me know below any plans, any expectations you have for this new moon coming up. I would love to hear what you have thoughts about. I hope this was helpful. I do private consultations at the link below. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you in the next video.